This is summer 2021, edit 6200. If you are watching this, you are probably one of the people critiquing me. So there's a lot of video in my project that I will not be playing within this video. So the launch screen here that you see has this, which I'm not sure if it will play again. It will play again if you click it. It is just this 15-second video that was in the Articulate archives that fit nicely with the music theme of this module. So this is a module about, it's called Tell Me a Story, an Introduction to Narrative Writing. It's about how to do narrative writing. It's about the rhetorical triangle, the concepts of ethos, pathos, and logos. The audience for this would be a freshman composition class. Our classes at my school run usually 20 to 25 students in them, though I guess it could be used with any size class. And it is to prepare students to do a narrative writing project, to write a narrative, and to consider ethos, pathos, and logos, which you'll see the stuff for here in a minute. So this is my title screen, which is, I should move forward to something else. Okay, so this is an auto-launching video that I realized you should never have an auto-launching video as soon as I uploaded this, and it auto-launched on me the first time. My idea is that it will be the only thing on this kind of welcome screen, and I think it's pretty short. I'll actually play it. This will be the only video that I play as part of this desk critique. I'll describe the other ones. Welcome to Tell Me a Story, an introduction to narrative writing. I am Dr. Matt Paproth, and I want to tell you a story, and I want you to tell me one. But that can wait. First, we need to learn what it means to tell a good story. This module will help you answer the following questions. What are the qualities of an effective story? What are the qualities of an effective storyteller? How can you become a better storyteller? And maybe most importantly, what does Aristotle have to do with any of this? I'll appear from time to time to help you along this path. In fact, I'll be back very soon. Also, you'll notice a lot of music-related backgrounds and images throughout this module. You'll find out why soon enough. But first, I'd like you to do something for me. Click the forward button to go to the next slide. This is a slide I'd love some feedback on. I'm going to presume that we should not do an auto-loading video, though let me know if any of you happens to love auto-loading videos. What do you think about this layout? So this is the welcome video slide. Obviously I'm sacrificing the size of the video to kind of get this cute little setup where it's below the record player. Should I not worry about that and make it a full-size video? Make it the sort of full size of the screen is a question I'm curious about. Okay, this is another kind of intro slide. There's an activity over here that's going to take students off-site, and I'm probably going to do something with this background. I don't anticipate any of the slides just being this kind of dull gray background. This will take off-site to an app called Padlet, where anyone who participates in this module can basically leave a note, and then you can read all the old notes of people who have done this module before them. The idea is that will be sort of like living wall of content. That link is not working yet. So this is the main menu page. If you're looking over here to the left, these will obviously be titled slides at some point. And this is the main menu. There's a sort of 3-minute welcome video here. Not so much a welcome video, but a sort of like guide video. And then these are the 3 main paths of the module. And then this is a path that they will take at the end. I tell them this in the video, and they can do ethos, pathos, and logos in any order. I will take you through it in the ethos, pathos, logos order, but these submodules, these 3 main paths, are completely interchangeable. Here over on the left, I presume you can see my scrolling. I think you see my whole screen. You can see what goes on in each of the paths. There's the ethos path, the pathos path, and the logos path. These are still being built out. I'll walk us through them. They're about 50 to 75% built out, each of them. All right, when you click on ethos, you will send you to an introductory activity. And that is not built out yet. And it is essentially going to be you drag adjectives that describe an author, and that's going to be a sort of interactive element for students at the start of it. It will then take you, I'm not sure if the navigation works on itch, but it will then take you to this central question. The idea, this is one of those slides where there's not a lot going on, and it's just the text. Then it will take you to this definition slide with this kind of fancy move. If you're keeping track of things I'd love your feedback on, this slide is one. I like it, but I mostly like it because this arrow maneuver is something that I got from a template that I don't myself know how to make, and so I feel like it's very fancy and nice. If you think it doesn't fit the what's going on here, please tell me. Okay, so this is the kind of intro stuff. This is to give you a sense of what the thing is, what ethos is, and then you're going to go to these methods of establishing it. On each of these 4 screens, there is the sort of title, there is what the method is, and then there are 2 audio examples. So you click on this. I hope this works. Okay, so there on each of these slides, there are 2, I think there's always 2, usually 10 to 15 second samples of someone in writing or in talking doing this very thing. Okay, at the end, then you go method 1, method 2, method 3, method 4, a quiz question, which of these is not a method, and then you, just because I haven't done this myself since I published it, oh wait, which one is actually not? This one. And then I hit check, and ooh, correct. And then it takes me to the next one. Okay, and then there is a putting it all together slide, and the only the actionable content here is a video of me. And this is kind of a summative thing of this whole path. It's the only video within the path. So there's a lot of videos on the intro. As you'll see, there's a lot of video at the outro. But within these things, within the actual content paths, there is only one video in each section. All right, we do the putting it all together. You watch my video, you feel great about yourself. You click this, and I hope, where does it take you to? Oh, that takes you to the end. Yeah, that intro activity. We do come back to it at the end of the ethos section. I guess, do I need another activity besides these 8 slides? Would be a question I would love some feedback on. So that dragging the adjective activity, does it feel necessary? And then I think I might have hit a dead end here, so I'm going to go back to this menu slide. All right, and the pathos and logos paths are a bit more straightforward, and I will just do a click through of them. So there is the definition path, there is the central question path, not path, screen. There are the audio screens. There is a quiz question. I guess I have to answer that. This is not pathos. Oh, I was going to do that one wrong. Okay, and then there's me on video again. If I click next, I have not yet set up that clicking the end takes you either. Should clicking this take you to logos, or should it take you back to the main menu screen? I think my intention was the main menu screen, but I'm curious. Again, if you're keeping track of questions that I'm asking throughout this video, I'm curious, do you think I should have that take you back? Or take you, should it go, should it auto take you to the next one on the path and then auto take you to this? Or should it always, after these subpaths, take you back to this main menu screen? That's a question. Oh, and my plan, sorry, this is kind of important, is that on every one of these screens within a path, I think I'm going to put a triangle down here that would take you back to this menu triangle. That's sort of an important navigational element that's not currently in there. Okay. And then the tell me your story, which is the kind of way out. So in the last few things here, you can see my kind of shiny forehead there. And this is a sort of 4-minute example of me telling you a story. And then it's let me tell you how I told you a story. It's me identifying the ethos, pathos, and logos in the story that I just told. You can see between these two slides, there's actually 8 minutes of video content here in this outro, I guess I'm calling it, section. Then there's an it's your turn, and it's going to send you out to another Padlet activity where I'm still building that out. But basically, it's an opportunity to tell your own story. And I have people telling stories either via video or via playlist or via a piece of writing somewhere. And then I have a thank you video that will include links to maybe a Twitter handle, maybe other things, or maybe nothing, and I'll just blow this up really big. Okay, so that concludes the walkthrough. I have about 2 minutes left to be under the 15-minute requirement for this video, so I'll talk fast. So things I haven't yet discussed that I'm supposed to discuss in this video. First, what challenges have I encountered with my design? So, like all of us, finding the time is my sort of biggest number one challenge, sort of finding the time to sort of build this thing out on top of everything else. Second, knowing when to clone a slide. So those slides in the method section where I have 12 of them that are essentially the same, just with slightly different backgrounds. I've cloned it, and then I found a thing I wanted to change, and so I had to go change it in all 12. I have several of those that, including some interactive ones that I haven't cloned yet, and sort of figuring out when it's perfect enough to do that cloning has been a challenge for me. And a sense of how much is the right amount overall continues to be a challenge. Do I need those other interactive elements? Is there already more than enough going on? Is a question that I certainly have. In terms of questions that y'all, my peers, can help me with, I did leave 4 or 5 questions strewn throughout the first 12 minutes of this video. So if you had me on super fast mode and missed any of those, I'd love help on those specific slides that I asked about. Other things, does the overall module feel balanced? You can play with it yourself on itch, but is there, I don't know, does it feel like a good balance, really a balance between video content and other content? Or does it just seem like I had a bunch of videos that I wanted to sort of pop into an otherwise maybe overly basic PowerPoint structure? And then backgrounds, are there any backgrounds that you really don't like, that you really do like, where I've changed the color of those record players as the method backgrounds? Does that look good? Is it distracting? Should I pick a different one? And then fonts. That's just a pretty basic font. Do you like the fonts? Do you like anything with the layout? Any suggestions you have with that would certainly be welcome. I'm not really tied to or overly in love with any of the decisions. I should stop talking because I think I'll just eke this right under the 15-minute mark. Thank you in advance for any feedback that you give me, and I hope y'all are doing well too.